The Swift string class is a key building block of any application built in iOS or built using Swift. A string is literally a collection of characters strung together that can be manipulated, mutated, and accessed in a variety of ways. Let's declare our first string. Get to call this using a variable as usual. This event is annotated to its type string and give it a value of coming from R. Cool. That's our first string declared. Now let's print it out. Print this event. Let's see it in the console over there. Now you can as well concatenate string values, which you're going to do over there now. Let's try to concatenate some values of string. Create the first variable, call it first value. Let's give the value of country Nigeria. Not variable. Value. Now try to concatenate some stuff here. This event, which is coming from R, use the plus sign in Swift for concatenation. Now give it space with an arrow. Give it another space. Concatenate it back with the first value. So what are we going to have? Let's print that out. Let's print that out. Revalue. So we should have coming from R with the arrow sign Nigeria. Cool. You can as well do some compound assignments with string value. Let's try to do this. Row value. You can do plus equals to, that means you're trying to add this to the last character. And now let's try to print this out again. Print the real value. You can see what we have at this point in time. We're going to have, we should add this as a string value since it's a string. It's my character. Print real value. So what we're going to have, we should have coming from our Nigeria with the exclamation mark. Let's get to look at string interpolation. What do we understand by that? We're trying to interpolate some variables into the string, like we're trying to inject some variable or some constant into another string. Let's get to look at an example of that. Let value interpolated equals, now we have a string running out. So let's interpolate, let's inject. Use a backslash. You open the parenthesis. Let's give it this event. Close it up. Now you're bringing in the string coming from more into this other string running out. So it's literally going to be running out and coming from more into a variable or a constant called value interpolated. Let's get to print that out. You get to see that in the console. Now, let's go further to manipulate our string. Let's create another string value called dialog. Let's give it Let's get the value called learning Swift. Sorry for that. Learning Swift. Or let me call it learning Swift programming. Now, what are we going to do? We could count each characters in this dialog string by doing dialog.count. We could also test a Boolean of if it's empty, because you have 26. Let me try to spread this out a little bit for clarity. We could test if this particular variable is empty or not. It's empty. That's a Boolean, either true or false. We could also check for a particular character containing in this string value by saying dialog dot contains. Is it containing? Let's check. Z, definitely not. So you have to do this, Z. And this is case sensitive. Capital letter is quite different from small letter. So this should be false. Is it empty? It's false. It's not empty. It's true. It actually has values. So that's that for some short manipulation. Now let's get to look at other things. We could append and insert values into the string. So let's do dialog. Let's try to append something there. Now we'll call that contents of. All right. Now we're trying to append something. Let's give it a comma for all. So we're actually appending for all into the dialog invariably. Now we could print our dialog to see what is appended. Let's print our dialog. We'll get to see that in the console anyways. Now let's move further. We could actually remove and split the string value. We could do something like this, dialog dot remove last. That means we're trying to remove the last character from dialog. Let's print dialog at this point in time. We could also do dialog remove first. Remove first. That means we are removing the first character from dialog. Let's print the dialog out. We could also do something like remove all. So we're actually emptying the dialog string when you use the word remove all. We could also separate some stuff. Now, let's try to do some separation. Dialog, which will use the word split. At what point do you want me to split? Use the separator. At the comma, please split up. You get that? So it's actually going to do all that as well. So let's print dialog and see what we have for dialog at this point in time. Try to run it to make it faster. Separator. we need to give it a space, separator, okay. Or separator, all right, separator. I think that's American pronunciation of separator. So once we print the dialog, we could see what we have. Okay, string cannot convert value type string to separated or separate dialog. Okay, okay. So now, let me just take that out, and that ends the video for string. In the next video, we'll be talking about understanding uh, and working with type conversion. Don't go anywhere.